Hey guys, Jordan here. Today we're taking a first look at the brand new MSI Mag Infinite S AI2 desktop PC. This is also paired with the MAG 274Q RFW gaming monitor. Now before we get started, this isn't intended to be an in-depth review. The Infinite S AI2 is launching from July, so as I film this. So today's going to be a first hands-on look at the system, seeing what hardware is included, and then have a look around the design and finishing off with some first impressions. So let's jump straight into it. Looking at the outside first, we got a fairly understated look for a gaming PC, a little bit of RGB lighting across the front, a tempered glass side panel and a relatively compact footprint, so it shouldn't dominate your desk. Now, despite being a smaller 25 litres design, MSI have still managed to fit full-size desktop components inside rather than using laptop hardware. Around the front you'll find USB Type-A, Type-C and also audio connections, while around the back you've got additional USB ports, display and HDMI outputs from the graphics card, 2.5 gig Ethernet, Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth. Now the rear I/O is fairly basic, although that's pretty much what I'd expect from a H810 platform, so nothing particularly surprising there. Let's take the side panel off and have a quick look inside. Access is nice and simple with a couple of screws, making it easy enough if you ever want to clean the system. Powering this particular PC is the Intel Core Ultra 5 225F processor paired with Nvidia's GeForce RTX 5060 Ti graphics card. Alongside that we've also got 16GB of DDR5 memory, in this case a Team Group pair, and a 1TB PCI Gen 4 NVMe SSD. Now personally, if I was looking at this system myself, I'd probably look to upgrade to 32GB somewhere down the line. 16GB is still perfectly usable in the majority of games today, but newer titles are definitely starting to benefit from a little more headroom. Now, as I mentioned, the storage is handled with the 1TB SSD, so it should be plenty for Windows and a decent number of games, although if you've got a huge Steam library you may find you need to add some before too long. Now, one little limiting factor of that as well is there's no additional NVMe slots on the board, so you will have to add an internal SSD. And furthermore, looking around the inside, it does feel like a system that's designed to be bought, plugged in and then enjoyed rather than constantly upgraded. There's no elaborate water cooling or anything like that. MSI have gone with a fairly straightforward cooling setup, which for this class of hardware should do the job perfectly well. MSI also includes its AI engine software, which can automatically switch between different performance profiles depending on what you're doing. It's a nice feature to have, but personally I'll probably leave it on one profile most of the time. Now for gaming in 1080p you're going to have no problems whatsoever, while 1440p is also well within reach for the majority of modern titles. For some of the more demanding games such as Cyberpunk, you'll probably want to make use of some DLSS to help maintain the higher frame rates, but that's exactly what technologies like DLSS are there for. Now, outside of gaming, Windows still feels very snappy and responsive. The applications load quickly, and being a pre-built system, everything is all configured and ready to go straight out of the box. Now, speaking of gaming, let's have a look at the monitor that MSI paired with this system, the MAG 247Q RFW. It's a 27-inch rapid IPS gaming monitor, 2560 by 1440 with a 180Hz refresh rate and a 1 millisecond grey-to-grey response time. Now personally I think this is a really nice match for this kind of system. The 5060 Ti is a nice little capable card delivering a good 1440p gaming experience, so pairing it with a QHD high refresh rate display makes a lot of sense. The white's also a nice little change in the sea of black monitors that we generally see, so it should fit nicely into lighter theme setups. Now, of course, the question I'm sure you all have is the pricing of this. At the time of filming, we haven't got an exact configuration price, but looking at the previous generation systems, I'd expect it to come in the price of around the £1,500 mark. That's around $1,800, although of course we'll have to wait for official pricing to know exactly where it will sit. Overall though, I think this sort of system is aimed for somebody that's buying their own first gaming PC, maybe moving over from console, or just wanting something that they can buy and use straight out of the box. So if you're the sort of person that likes to constantly upgrade and tweak your hardware, building your own system will probably give you a little bit more flexibility. But that being said, one thing I'd actually be really interested in doing once we get the pricing confirmed is putting this head to head against a custom built PC around the same budget. It'd actually be quite interesting to see exactly where the money's being spent, what the compromises are, if there are any, and whether building your own actually offers a better value than buying a pre-built, especially with the current memory market as well. So if that's something you'd like to see, then please let me know down in the comments box below. If you have any other questions, of course, then please leave them down there and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you'd like to learn more about the MSI Mag Infinite S AI2 desktop or the monitor that I've covered here, then I'll leave links to both of those down in the description box below. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Please get subscribed and ding the bell if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next one.